How's it going? Sonny, as per my hands. Today we have Hasbro's Deluxe Marvel Legends Thor Ragnarok. And so we'll go ahead and get the 1 million points on the board in this general area right here. And take a look at this figure. So first we'll get him off this couch, because it's very rude to have your shoes on someone's couch. And we'll go ahead and take a look at this figure. It's a big, bulky figure to be a Marvel Legends. So just based on the size that he is compared to a regular Marvel Legends figure, we'll go ahead and tag on 591 points, just because they did make him a bigger figure. Now, as some of you know, it's Thor Ragnarok, so it's more like a robot Thor, or Thorbot, if you will. He does have this one metal hand and this nicely detailed metal face, or half a metal face. The rest of his side is all legit, or human-like. But because of the detail on that face and on that hand, we'll go ahead and give him an additional 3,684 points because of how detailed he is. So he does come with a few accessories. He comes with, of course, Mjolnir, or Mjolnir if you don't know how to pronounce it correctly. He also comes with a regular Thor head that has not been partially disintegrated, showing any metal. Now some people are like, oh, I wanted this to be a regular Thor. This Thor has red eyes. What am I supposed to do? I don't know how to paint. I don't know. Pretend like, you know, he has that weird red eye effect that people had back in the 90s when you took a picture of them, and just pretend that that happened with this Thor. He also comes with a regular human hand. In case you don't want to have that robot hand on him, you can use that human hand and make him look all completely, I say human Thor, but he's like a god, so non-robot Thor, non-Thorbot. And of course, the piece that most people are going to pick up this figure for, if they already have this version of Thor, is the spinning hammer. Really solid piece. Of course, it has all the writings right there. The writing does say, whosoever holds this hammer, if he be worthy, shall possess the power of Thor. Now, I'm not gonna lie, it's a good idea to put your name on tools. That way, if your neighbor borrows one and you're like, hey, Tony, where is my lawnmower? He's like, what lawnmower? I don't think I borrowed your lawnmower. And you go in his garage, and on the lawnmower it says, whosoever holds this lawnmower, if he be worthy, shall possess the power of Sonny. You know, then I'll be like, that's clearly mine. It has my inscription on there. And he'll be like, that's dumb that you put that there. Sonny, you don't have big muscles. Nobody wants to wield your power. And then I'll be like, you know what, dude? Just give me my lawnmower back. But because he has all those accessories, we will go ahead and give him an additional, like I said, this is the nice, this piece is nice right here. So we'll give him an additional 13,672 points for those accessories. Like I said, this one is a really nice piece. As far as his cape is concerned, it's blowing this way. So whenever you pose him for pictures, you got to make sure that the wind is blowing from the left. That way it's consistent with his cape. His cape is pretty hard still. I know Hasbro started going to the softer capes. This one's still kind of hard, a bit tough. So it doesn't bend very well. And let's see how he looks right there. You know, because of the cape is still a little stiff, we'll go ahead and knock off 619 points for that. Let's go and put this hammer right here into his hand, and there you go. So you can have him posed as if he's spinning that hammer, waiting to throw it at somebody, or if he's spinning that hammer so he can take off flying, he could do that as well. He can fly around like a helicopter all over the place. Oh, what's that, Hope? You need me to help you? Oh, what's that, Iron Man? You need me to help you up in the sky? Oh, what's that, Hawkeye? You need me to help you down here? What's that, Captain America? You need me to help you over there? He can fly over to all of them with that piece right there. So, I love this piece. It is really cool. If you have Jane Foster, you could also make her spin it around like that. So, it's cool that it's versatile like that. Here we have, let's see, go ahead and put this other head on him. For the people that are like, oh, I want to see what he looks like with his regular Thorness. I'm like, oh yeah, no problem. We'll go ahead and get that done for you. That's what this channel is all about. Answering the questions that you have. So, there he is with his regular Thorness going on. So this is a pretty good figure. Like I said, he's a bigger figure, so he's not as flexible or as posable as some of the smaller Marvel Legends. He doesn't have his butterfly or moth joints, but he does go back like that. So if he was trying to woo ladies, he'd get down on his knees and flex it one time for them. Be like, say what, girl? Check that out. That's what I'm talking about. So he does have the ability to do that. The cape doesn't get too much in the way. Just makes his foot float in the air a little bit. But other than that, pretty solid with it. The cuffs do come off. If you pull the hand off, the cuff will come off, no problem. If you want to take the cuffs off. When you take the cuffs off of Marvel Legends, it makes the wrist look skinny. So like, if you've ever known anybody who's broken their arm or broken their wrist or whatever, let's take this other hand off. After they take off the cast, it looks all skinny. So if you take the cuff off, it's going to look a little skinny compared to the other hand. Right there. So I would recommend leaving those cuffs on. Put that cuff back on. It is a nice figure. I know a lot of people picked this one up. It seems like Target did a pretty good job distributing this figure in particular compared to some of the other exclusives that they have. So if you haven't got this figure, make sure you pick them up. We'll go and say whatever the final score is, that's what we'll roll with for this figure. I do like them a lot. Like I said, this spinning hammer is probably the piece that everyone's going to go for good reason. But whatever the final score was, that's what it is. And now we'll see what he compares up to. Let's just get him in a vanilla pose. Everybody loves a nice vanilla pose. So here he is next to a rubber mallet. I know you're like, Sonny, I get it. You're going for a hammer. Story is his hammer. That's not a hammer. I know. I don't know how to do with my hammer. Maybe if I had my name inscribed on it with a little haiku or whatever, I would have found my hammer. If someone took my hammer, they'd be like, this is Sonny's hammer, I better give it back to him. But I don't have it. So I have this mallet. So he is shorter than the mallet. He's fatter than the mallet. It's probably about the same amount of rubber that the mallet is used. It's probably been used to make Thor. Like I said, yes, I would rather compare him to a hammer, but I don't have that. So here he is next to a rubber mallet. Here he is next to Thor from Thor Ragnarok. So this is an MCU figure, so he's obviously going to be a little bit shorter than him. He looks more like Chris Hemsworth than he does. He has swords. He has a hammer. He has war paint. He doesn't. He's Hulk's friend. What is it? friend from work. You know, he's probably really the Hulk's friend. But there he is next to Chris Hemsworth's Thor from Thor Ragnarok. Here he is next to some crumpled up foil. As you see, he's taller than the foil, skinnier than the foil. If you're like sitting at home like Sonny, I would like to know if he's that size compared to the crumpled foil at my house, but we don't have any crumpled foil. Well, I don't know what to tell you. Go get more breakfast tacos. You'll get more crumpled foil in your household. That's something I can really suggest. Or if you go to some kid's birthday party, you want to take a plate, grab their foil. You'll still have that foil to be right there. But there he is next to that foil. And yes, you may see a Foil Customs Thor Ragnarok coming soon. So keep your eyes peeled and on my Instagram pages for that Foil Customs Thor Ragnarok. Here he is next to a $10 bill. Obviously he's taller than the $10 bill. A little bit wider than the $10 bill. I'll put the $10 bill right there. He looks cool next to it. I don't know what it is about, President Hamilton standing next to Thor. But he looks like they would be buddies if they lived in the same time period. Well, Thor's supposed to be like hundreds of years old, so I'm pretty sure he probably knew President Hamilton. If you look, the skin color is almost the same, orangish, peachish type like that. For anybody that's foreign, this is what American money looks like. We wanted to go for that Monopoly fake look like most other countries have, so we put the big heads on them. There he is next to a $10 bill. And here he is next to a mechanic's stethoscope. As you can see, he's shorter than the mechanic's stethoscope. He's about as wide as the mechanic's stethoscope. If you put it sideways, he's taller than the mechanic's stethoscope. You're probably wondering, Sonny, why do you have that? Are you a mechanic by day? No, I'm not. My dad's a mechanic. He gave me an extra one that he had. When he presented it to me, he was like, here, you can have this mechanic's stethoscope. And I was like, that's a weird stethoscope. Do doctors use it? He said, no, doctors don't use it. When have you seen a doctor have a stethoscope with a probe on it? I said, I don't know. I haven't had a colonoscopy. I don't know what a proctologist would have in their office. And he was like, you're disgusting. Leave my presence, please. So I was like, alright. I go, let me make sure I take my mechanic's stethoscope with me though first. But there he is next to that mechanic's stethoscope. So overall, good figure. Really solid. I know some people complain the newer Marvel Legends feel rubbery. He actually doesn't feel that rubbery. I did leave him in my car for quite some time, or in my truck I should say. I don't know why I have to make that clarification. I guess I don't want y'all to be like, oh man, all YouTube toy reviewers are all alike. They all drive cars. Incorrect. I drive a truck. But I did leave him in the truck in the Texas sun, Texas heat for a bit. He didn't get all gummy as other figures have done. So, a really solid figure. Be sure to pick him up if you see him. If you haven't already picked him up. Like I said, he works as a regular Thor. He works as Thor Ragnarok, however you want to do it. But yeah, if you see it, pick it up. As always, please comment, like, share my video. Send it to Chris Hemsworth if you know him. He'll be like, hey Sonny, that's dope. But that's not me. I'll be like, that's alright. It looks kind of like you. Well, it doesn't look like him. He was featured in the video. He'll like it. Stick around for the pictures at the end. As always, thank you for watching, and we will see you next time.